Scientists may have actually found a solution to dealing with HIV. You know HIV. Okay, no, it doesn't stand for the hit sequel to Honey, I Shrunk the Kids, Honey, I'm a Virgin, which would be an oddly fitting title for a movie about HIV prevention. No, actually, HIV is the virus that causes the deadly disease AIDS. Now, you may be wondering why I jumped to the topic of HIV. Well, after 50 years or so of research, scientists have found that the cure for HIV might not lie in big pharma companies, but instead in mutated people. No, not those. No, that's not the type of mutated people I'm talking about. Let's get started. Now, everyone's probably tired at this point about hearing about viruses, considering our whole situation. But before we get into this crazy research, we have to talk a little bit about HIV. HIV is also known as the human immunodeficiency virus. Now, HIV is a virus that's usually sexually transmitted. It hit the United States in really large numbers in the mid-1970s, along with bad presidents and equally ridiculous fashion. It's just the truth. Don't at me. This virus is known to attack the human immune system and can lead to an even deadlier sickness called AIDS. AIDS stands for Acquired Immune Deficiency Syndrome. Basically, if you have AIDS, then you have the immune system of a toddler. It doesn't do shit. Even the common cold could be something that's deadly for you. But all this weakness could be a thing of the past because of HIV immune people. Now here's the thing. Our knowledge of HIV immune people is incomplete. If you really think about it, that's kind of like how Trump knows McDonald's burgers exist, but he probably doesn't really know how they're made. A McDonald's burger. I love these burgers. I love how they're made with work and passion and more work. And then you take a burger, you fry it and add some paprika and a little sauce on the side. And it can't be too spicy, because if it's too spicy, I get heartburn. And I just love these burgers. Oh, crap. First though, here's how HIV actually works. In a general sense, your body's cells under normal conditions run through this process. Genetic instructions start in DNA. Then a molecule called RNA takes them and makes them into proteins. Those proteins are beneficial for the cell and the cell uses them to do day-to-day activity. Now what's so cool and kind of 9/11-like of HIV is that it hijacks this entire system. Essentially, it forces the cell to make proteins that are beneficial for the virus and not the cell itself. So that's basically how any virus functions. But the worst part about HIV is that it targets your white blood cells. You know white blood cells, right? They're like the policemen of the body in your immune system. Except for the fact that they aren't racist and they don't kill other people. They actually protect the body. Okay, scratch that. White blood cells are not the policemen. Let's just call them the Avengers of the body. So yeah, the Avengers of the body get completely Thanosed by HIV. That's as simplest as I can put it. Now, research from the Karolinska Institute in Sweden and the University of Pennsylvania in Pennsylvania performed a study on HIV positive individuals. That means people who have the virus. The researchers collected blood samples and lymph node tissue from 51 HIV positive patients and 12 HIV positive patients who had been able to suppress the virus. Now, much like the white moms that control the homeowners association, these people are called elite controllers. You'll find out why in a bit. However, unlike the white moms that run the homeowners association, the HIV positive patients that are able to suppress the virus will actually be helpful to society. That's right, homeowners association. Don't ever tell me to take off my Diwali lights ever again. I like them. And if you don't like them, you can move. Yeah. The method used to study the patient samples was called single-cell RNA sequencing analysis. Okay, you obviously know what that just was, so I'm just gonna skip. Psych! Okay, in reality, I know you don't care about what I just said, but basically that process is a way to figure out what sort of mutations have happened in white blood cells that allow people to actually suppress HIV instead of being infected by it. Now, while the Avengers of the body don't actually get rid of the virus, they managed to keep it at bay for about 20 to 30 years. What scientists actually found in this experiment were, lo and behold, mutations in white blood cells called CD8 T cells. These cells were able to produce more cytokines than your average white blood cell. Now, I'm sure you're wondering, what in the hell are cytokines? To add another word to your dictionary, cytokines are basically like a communication system for white blood cells. For a normal person, HIV is so quick that your immune system can't produce enough cytokines to fight off the infection. But in these mutated white blood cells, there are a lot more cytokines produced, and so HIV is suppressed. So contrary to how white blood cells normally work, they became effective in suppressing viral replication of HIV with no help from any medication. And that's why those people were called elite controllers, not white moms. Which also leads me to a random thought. No Help from Any Medication is a very bad title for an Arnold Schwarzenegger biography. Yeah. It's probably just a bunch of fake news. Now, it's important to note that these mutated white blood cells aren't actually killing HIV as much as you'd want them to. They're just suppressing the virus so that they don't have a street fight with your immune system. And that's the main takeaway from this entire study. So, in crash course style, let's have a little summary. Today, we've learned that HIV is a terrible virus that had a terrible history, but we have a hope for a solution now. That solution is found in people that have mutated white blood cells. These white blood cells produce more cytokines, which allow for more cell-to-cell communication, leading to an active suppression of HIV. Yeah, you can go suck it, AIDS. We don't need you anymore. Now I get it. You're thinking, Akash, why did you tell us all this if you're saying there's no cure for HIV? Well, because even though the cure hasn't been found yet, these studies of suppressing the virus will help us lead to a solution. It completely changes what we're researching and how we're researching it. In fact, this ultimately gives us hope that a disease like HIV can become a disease of the past, like smallpox, the bubonic plague, or even the Homeowners Association. You're welcome. Stay curious, my friends, and as always, thank you for watching. This has been Big Brain Time. Hey everybody, thank you so much for watching this latest episode of Big Brain Time. This was an absolute pleasure to make, and I have a request from you. If you want to see any episodes of your choice, leave them down in the comments. We'll totally consider all those ideas and give it a run. If you liked any part of this video whatsoever, feel free to leave a like. Be sure to follow us on Instagram at BigBrainTimeOfficial. Follow us on Twitter at BigBrainTime_. And we have a TikTok, so get on that train at BigBrainTimeOfficial again. But if you want to subscribe, click right over here. To watch any of our previous videos, click over here, and we will leave you with that. Thank you so much for watching. Have a great day.